Hi there, so lovely to see you again. Thanks so much for joining me today in my studio. I'm going to be painting a seascape in my sketchbook today because very often, I don't know if you're like me, but my sketchbooks will so often just sit on the shelf with empty pages while I pull out a brand new canvas. And so today I really want to try and inspire you to take out those sketchbooks and just paint in them. They're so lovely because they're not as pressurized as a canvas as well. Today I'm going to be using acrylics. I'm using golden acrylics to be specific, and the colours that I'm using are titanium white, magenta, orange, yellow ochre, phthalo green and phthalo blue. Now I'm going to start off by using some washi tape to create some edges in my sketchbook. I love this because you can kind of just create messy edges and then peel off the washi tape at the end. It's so satisfying. One of my favourite things to do in a seascape is just initially block out those colour sections of the sea and the sand. And this creates such a simple base for adding your seascape on top of. And I really recommend anyone to try this method just to block in. You can literally see like 5 specific like colour stripes how I begin this. Then I start going in with more colour, just to really make it more vivid. And I start thinking about where I want to place the wave as well. And you can see that when I add these brush strokes, I'm really giving the painting some movement. I'm using my brush to kind of create the shape of the wave. And using your brush in this way is really nice because it gives the painting a lot of motion and energy. One of the things that really up-leveled my artwork with seascapes especially is adding in all the different variations of blues to green, and adding those especially from like the horizon line all the way into the shore, especially those vibrant greens to where the sunlight is just hitting and shining through the wave. Another tip, which is actually quite simple, is rather than just going straight to the white, do a very light blue instead for the sea foam, and that way at the very end you can add white on a small amount of highlights, and this kind of pale grey blue actually makes those white highlights pop. I always used to go straight for the white for any waves or highlights, whereas doing this pale blue is a lot more realistic, and you'll see how it really comes together in the end. And a similar thing for the skyline as well. I always like to add a slightly lighter colour just above the horizon to really make that contrast pop. And same with the clouds, rather than just going straight in with the white, I like to play around with blues and greys, and you can do like warm greys if you add in a bit of yellow or orange as well, and really gives like a nice basis for the clouds to sit on top of, and then I progressively get lighter with each layer of the clouds. I like to keep my clouds kind of loose and impressionistic and not do too detailed because I really want the wave to be the main focal point. Now if you have a glazing fluid or glazing medium, I'm going to show you a nifty little trick as well. So I'm going to add white for my highlights, and then we're going to use a glazing fluid to knock them back to blue again. It's a bit of an easier way of working rather than just constantly mixing a blue. So whilst I'm adding those highlights, I would love to invite you to a 14-day sketchbook experience that is going to absolutely skyrocket your art skills and help you grow in confidence in your paintings. It's called Supercharge Your Art in 14 days, and currently there is a special offer on. I'll drop the link in the description box and in the comment section. It would be absolutely amazing for you to join us in this sketchbook experience, and most of all it's just super fun, and so I'll drop the link below if you're interested in joining. And as I'm just adding the sea foam, I also want to add in some more small nuances into the wave itself as well, just to really give it that feeling that the light is shining through, which is going to be used by that vivid blue colour, and some highlights in there as well. Now it's important to let all this fully dry before you go ahead with the glazing fluid. Glazing fluid is amazing for adding changes to colours without completely painting over what you've already done. It adds a really nice translucent layer, so you can either knock back a colour or you can add more saturation into a colour. So I'm just knocking back the white, adding it with this blue kind of transparent filter so that we can go back over with some white to really create those highlights. And I'm adding a little bit of green in here too, just to really add a little bit of pop and saturation into those colours. Then once that's dry, you can go back over with the white and really choose carefully about where you want those highlights, and you can see that the contrast is so much higher with that blue underneath. The reason why I love these sketchbook paintings as well is it really doesn't take a long time, as you can see from how long this video is. You know, it doesn't have to take 1 or 2 hours to do some painting. In fact, that's why I love to do these short videos, just to show that within half an hour, you can create a painting that you're really proud of, and you can fill your creative bucket and really get that joy from painting. And that is exactly what Supercharge Your Art in 14 days is about. Every single day over the 2-week period, you get a brand new video delivered to your inbox. It will teach you how to mix colors and feel more confident in color mixing, how to see values, how to draw accurate shapes and proportions. And every day you get to boost your art skills so that you can finally feel confident and really enjoy your paintings. I'll drop the link in the description box, and it would be wonderful to have you join us. Hopefully see you there. Thank you so much for joining me with this painting session, and I hope it inspires you to get your sketchbook out. See you guys, bye!